Hey guys, you are watching Wilderness Whispers, the best spooky channel you've ever loved and ever will watch. Better like and subscribe, or I'll get you when you're sleeping.
Philly and Keely are a nature-loving couple with a passion for adventure, traveling the world in their cozy caravan. Their videos are always a joy to watch, peaceful, inspiring, and filled with stunning landscapes. But in this episode, something unexpected happens. One of those inevitable moments that come with life on the road. This time, their journey takes them to the breathtaking region of Meteora, Greece.
Welcome back. Welcome to a sunny Greece.
Sunny but very cold.
Yes, do not be fooled by this weather. It is extremely cold.
But today, guys, we are going to check out a place called Meteora, and it is meant to be the coolest thing to see in Greece. We're going to check that place out. It's meant to be super cool, so I'm excited to hit the road.
We parked on the outskirts of it in this boulder field, which is really cool because we could do some climbing. But now it's time to go in. I'm excited to bring you guys along as well because it's meant to be beautiful.
After a full day of exploring, and I highly recommend checking out their channel to experience the entire adventure, they wrapped things up with one final challenge: rock climbing.
There's Martha.
Billy did an absolute incredible job there. I'm very proud of him.
That was so fun.
I'm going to admit that I'm wimping out. I can't feel my fingers. My lungs are on fire.
Well, good job, Beelan.
Good job climbing.
That was good fun.
Team?
I'm looking forward to climbing more.
Yeah, me too.
I know, you were probably expecting something to go wrong here, right? Well, not quite. They made it back to the van safely, completely worn out from the day's adventures, and quickly drifted off to sleep. But that's when it happened.
Alright guys, we're going to sign out this video, but somebody just tried to break into the van. Not ideal. No! What are you shining your light for?
Where's your phone?
No! You're not police!
Am I coming in the front with you?
I don't know, I just can't see anybody anymore. They're just all of a sudden gone.
They just appeared out of
Bushes.
bushes.
They kept like telling me to open the door.
No, there he is there.
Where?
There's somebody in front of us over to the right.
Sorry.
It's okay.
You think I was just going to open the door?
He was trying the handle.
I know, that's when I knew it wasn't the police.
Yeah.
In the middle of the night, someone appeared outside their van, shining a flashlight and claiming to be the police. He insisted they open the door, but Philly and Keely knew something was off. There were no police patrols in the area. When they refused to open up, the situation escalated. The man tried to open the door himself.
Alright guys, we parked up significant distance away from that other park up, but what can I say?
I'm really annoyed. Guys, the thing is for me, right, is the absolute audacity that they kept trying to get in the van and kept demanding that we open the van to them. And I'm like, what was their plan? Did they have a weapon? Were they trying to, like, how were they planning to steal everything while we were both here? Like...
Well, I think we just did the right thing. We just jumped in and drove away, so... It's just annoying because it's something that it does kind of set you back, especially us as well, because this has happened to us quite a lot and we did actually get robbed. And it's just annoying because we've always had that fear in our heads, and when something like this happens, it just brings everything right back to the surface. And then there's going to be a healing process. It's going to just take time before you feel safe in the van again, you know?
I can't stop wondering, why did that person try to break in even though he clearly knew the couple was inside? To me, it suggests something far more disturbing. He was prepared to steal no matter what, even if it meant confronting or possibly hurting them. That thought alone is chilling. Philly and Keely made the right call by avoiding any confrontation and leaving immediately. In most cases, when someone tries to break into a house, or in this case, a van, they back off as soon as they realize it's occupied. But this guy didn't seem to care. That kind of behavior feels intentional and dangerous. In my opinion, choosing to get out of there may very well have saved their lives. What do you think? Beast Runners is a channel all about hiking. The creator takes us along on his adventures, filming everything in a way that's both calming and inspiring. It almost makes you want to get up and go for a hike yourself. But what do we actually do? Yeah, we just sit at home watching hiking videos. Honestly, I should probably get out there myself. My back's starting to hurt. Anyway, this time though, the hike has a very different purpose. He sets out to search for a hiker who went missing a few days earlier on a trail in Guguan, Taiwan. It had already been 5 days since anyone last heard from the man, and with no known water sources on that trail, the situation was becoming more and more concerning. People began to fear the worst. There were a few clues. On the morning of the 17th, the day the hiker began his trek, a CCTV camera captured him entering the Malun Shan mountain trail. That same morning, he also posted an Instagram story showing the trail entrance at around 8 a.m. So, Beast Runners decided to follow the exact same path.
Cherry! Jerry!
Eventually, he reached a creek, one that he thought might be a promising place to search for the missing hiker. But as he arrived, something unexpected happened. He was met with a surreal sight. Hundreds of butterflies fluttering all around him. It felt like something out of a movie. Beautiful, almost magical. But what he discovered next shattered that moment completely. It was something deeply disturbing. Tragically, he did find the missing hiker, but not alive. With care and respect, he secured the body to prevent the creek's current from carrying it away. Then he gathered wood to build a signal fire, hoping to guide a rescue helicopter to the location. After that, he contacted the authorities and shared the coordinates. Sadly, they weren't able to dispatch a helicopter that day. The recovery had to be postponed until the next morning at 11 a.m. when the rescue team finally arrived. They lifted the body and brought him home to his grieving family, who had been anxiously waiting for days. It's heartbreaking to think that if Peter hadn't found him, his family might have waited years, or maybe never known what happened. That thought alone shows just how important people like Peter are. He risked his own safety to bring closure to others, and while it's not a glamorous task, it's one the world desperately needs. This wasn't the first person he's found either, and still, he continues, quietly, humbly, a real-life hero. A man went camping in Spirit Camp, deep in the Canadian Rockies, a place once used by a local indigenous band as a ceremonial burial ground. But in recent years, the band stopped visiting the site altogether, following a series of strange and unsettling events. Reports of tampered graves, eerie vocalizations echoing through the trees, and unexplained sightings that left even the most seasoned elders uneasy. Determined to uncover the truth, the man spent 4 days and nights alone at the site, carefully monitoring the area. What he encountered during that time will send chills down your spine. He filmed his entire stay, but not like your typical YouTuber. There was no commentary, no storytelling, no attempts to entertain. He simply set up his camera and let it run, quietly observing as if he knew something might happen and wanted a silent witness if it did. At first, everything seemed perfectly calm, nothing out of the ordinary, just a few animals passing through his camp and the quiet beauty of the wilderness all around. The days were peaceful, almost serene, but then night began to fall. He crawled into his sleeping bag, ready to rest after another uneventful day, and that's when it happened. What could that have been? Could it have been an animal? Maybe. I mean, the sound almost resembled a lion's roar. But we all know there are no lions roaming the Canadian Rockies. And right after the roar, there was a knocking sound, like something hitting the trees. And we all know what creature is often associated with that kind of behavior. That's why a lot of people believe he may have actually captured the sound of Bigfoot on camera. Who knows for sure? But I'll tell you this. If I ever hear something like that in the woods, I'm out. I wouldn't stick around to figure it out. I'd assume the worst and be gone. Let me know in the comments. What do you think made that sound? Was it an elk? A bear? Something else entirely? Also, I just want to say a huge thank you for 60,000 subscribers. It means the world to me that so many of you enjoy my videos and support what I do. And if you're watching but haven't subscribed yet, go ahead and hit that button. It's free, and you can always change your mind later. A man was out fishing on the Kanagawa River in Misaka Town. The weather was perfect, the kind of peaceful day that makes you forget everything else. Everything seemed just right, except for the fish. No bites, no movement. So he began moving upstream, hoping a new spot would bring better luck. But as he searched for the next place to cast his line, something unexpected happened. It was incredibly close. He's unbelievably lucky to be alive. Honestly, I don't know how he managed to escape. The screaming may have scared the bear off, but judging by how aggressive it was, it feels like pure luck that he made it out unharmed. While wading through the water, he noticed something near a tree. At first, he thought it was just a wild boar and didn't pay much attention, but within seconds he realized it was something far more terrifying and far more dangerous. A bear. What he did next probably saved his life. With no time to run, he did the only thing he could, stood his ground, flailed his arms, and screamed like a madman. It might sound crazy, but that's exactly what you're supposed to do. You need to appear bigger, more dominant, something the bear might think twice about challenging. Thankfully, it worked. The bear backed off and he survived one of the scariest encounters imaginable. I'm just so glad he made it out. That could have ended very differently. Keith was out exploring the Alaskan forest with his friend, doing what he does best, metal detecting. His channel is all about uncovering hidden treasures and forgotten relics, always chasing that next exciting find. But this time, he didn't just stumble on something cool, he found something far more intriguing. Let's just say, legendary might be the right word. Take a look.
All right, so me and Joe are coming out this old road, and we have to cross this giant little mud bog. So he crosses, and I'm just about to cross, and he says, "Hey, I thought I saw some kind of footprint." So we started looking, and check this out, guys. This is freaking crazy. Look at this. Do you not see this? Oh, there's my hand. Look at the size of that footprint. You can see the toes. Wow. I think that's like a Bigfoot footprint, dude.
Yeah, that's crazy.
I don't see any others. Probably stepped here. It looks like a right foot.
And then jumped something.
Over there and kept on going. Wow, that's crazy. Look, there's another big mud hole up there. Let's go up there and see if we might see another one.
Yeah.
Bigfoot!
The footprint they found, way too big to belong to an average person. Still, maybe Shaq was just out for a hike in the Alaskan woods, right? Why not? They laughed it off, cracked a few Bigfoot jokes, and didn't give it much more thought. Sure, it was interesting, but not enough to stop them from continuing their exploration. Well, some time had passed, and he decided to go back to the forest just for fun. But this is when he heard this.
Well, it's getting dark on me. Down to my last target. Looks like a little wooden, or... What's that? Whoa, did you guys hear that? It sounded like something howling. Still hear it. Sweet little box. Boy, that freaked me out. Ugh. All right, so I'm working my way back. Whoa, did you hear that? Oh man, something just threw something in the water right beside me.
If you got here, comment the word spicy.
Oh, jeez. Alright guys, let's get out of here. I just threw something else in the water just now. Alright, I'm finally getting close to the road. Whew, that scared the crap out of me.
Well, honestly, I'm not sure what that was. It didn't really sound like any animal I know. You can hear some cars in the background, so maybe it was machinery or something, but Keith was there, and he thinks it could have been Bigfoot. Considering the huge footprint he found earlier and how the sounds came from deep in the woods, it's not impossible. I'm not saying I'm totally convinced, but the more I listen, the more it kinda sounds like a wolf howling. I don't know. What do you think? I'm really curious to hear your opinions. Justin Chase is the kind of guy who loves exploring new places. Just pack up and go, no matter where it leads. But in this particular episode, he adds a twist. He uses ChatGPT to generate a random location for his next adventure. Sounds fun, right? Well, it might have gotten him into a bit of trouble.
I asked ChatGPT to make our plans for us today. I asked, hey ChatGPT, I need you to give me coordinates to a location I can drive to. It should be about an hour away from here, Johnson City. Make it somewhere that would be good for a video, but I do not want you to tell me where it is. Make it a surprise. Thanks, bud. Love you. See you soon. Kissy emoji, heart emoji. I probably could have left that last part out. And sure enough, he very quickly got back to me because that's his job, people. He said, hey there, I've got a surprise destination for you just about an hour's drive from Johnson City. It's a unique spot that should make for an engaging video. I'll be the judge of that, thank you very much. Here's the coordinates. Plug these into your GPS and let the adventure begin. Can't wait to hear about your experience. Drive safe and have fun. Kissy face, heart emoji. We have kind of a thing going on, me and ChatGPT. Anyway, yeah, that's pretty much it. That's kind of the whole vibe for today. So we're gonna go ahead and get into my car and see where Bestie takes us.
After checking out the first location, he didn't really find anything interesting, just a quiet, empty spot. So he decided to pull out his phone and ask ChatGPT for another place to explore. But while he was doing that, a man who had been fishing nearby started packing up and heading out in his car. Justin waved him down to ask a quick question about the area, but the driver told him this.
Is it high bear activity in here?
Yeah, there's definitely a lot of bears. They come in our backyard. There was one seen yesterday afternoon. On that side, there's a bear right there. This time last year, hanging out on that side. But that side doesn't get explored a whole often, so that's where they're at probably. So, but they're black bears. Yeah. The reason we can't camp here anymore is because of that. This little girl got, like, and her mom, like, got mauled. And, yeah, like, so they don't let people camp out here.
Well, he didn't really care about what the driver told him, just brushed it off and kept exploring like he always does. But then, something happened.
Turns out that there is a trail, and this is like a real backwoods trail. This is certainly not a popular trail. So I am assuming that this is supposed to lead me to whatever this location is. I'm having some like real PTSD from my trip to Snake Den Mountain. Okay, you know what? I know I shouldn't do this, but I'm just going to focus on getting there. So I'll see you, ladies and gentlemen, when/if I get to this location or not. I'll see you in a second. Okay. This is, unfortunately, this was supposed to be a lighthearted video. I don't know what I said last, but I got probably halfway there and heard some kind of growl. I don't know what it was. I don't think it was a bear, but it certainly sounded, I think it was probably a mountain lion or something. I think that I'm pretty much done with being like an idiot on this channel and being totally reckless for really no reason. I really don't know what else to say at the moment. I don't know how I'm going to resolve this video, but that's also not really what I should be worrying about at the moment. I'm just going to focus on getting out of here.
Okay, real talk. If a local tells you there are bears around and you've got no way to protect yourself, don't go into the forest. It's just not worth risking your life for a video. You can always end the video right there and ask for a new location. Simple as that. Luckily, nothing happened to Justin. But the second he heard those sounds echoing through the trees, he realized just how bad of an idea it was. I'm pretty sure next time he'll take those warnings seriously. ChatGPT might give you a random location, but it doesn't know if there are bears, wild animals, or other dangers waiting there. That's why it's so important to listen to the people who do know, especially if you're not familiar with the area. Or at the very least, if you're going to head out on adventures like this, be prepared for anything that might come your way. That's it for today. If you enjoy these kinds of videos, don't forget to subscribe and hit the bell icon to be notified when we post. Also, leave a comment below sharing your favorite encounter. And if you have a story of your own that you'd like to have shared, send it to the email in the description. Don't forget to click on one of the videos on the screen to see more.